everyone, Ivy Lee Gaming here, and today we're playing Infinite Magicraid. And for today's video, I kind of want to talk about why I chose to stop playing Raid Shadow Legends and instead focus my efforts with Infinite Magicraid. Well, plus Eternal Evolution on the other channel. But for sake of this channel, we're going to talk Infinite Magicraid. I'm not going to really dive into why I quit Raid, I guess, technically. I already did that in another video. If you really want to hear all of that, well, yeah, just go watch that video that was posted last. But overall, once I started playing, actually, I'll just talk to you guys about my Infinite Magicraid journey and the quality of life and all of the features, the way the devs are, the way the community is, all the stuff that made me like this game enough to risk quitting my favorite game and try to give this a shot as the main focus for my main YouTube channel. So Infinite Magicraid, I found this game because of a sponsorship. I'd heard of it, but it just looked like another cheesy Raid copy is what we'd say, and that's just me being blunt. I'm not sponsored. I'm not saying this because, you know, I want to be honest with you guys. Sponsorship, I had to avoid saying those things, but for now, let's get real. It looked like it is kind of a Raid copy. Raid Shadow Legends had a lot of elements of Awakened Chaos era that looked exactly the same as Raid in some games, same as I'm sure have all these games copy each other. It is what it is, right? The graphics were different. Some people would say worse. Some people would just say different. At first, when I started going into things like the campaign, I was like, okay, this looks way too much like Raid. All right, this is weird. I don't know. It looked a little glitchy. It doesn't play as well on BlueStacks, but there's a PC client coming, so it'll be so much smoother. But within the first, 5 minutes of playing, I very quickly got over the difference in style of game compared to Raid. So Raid is extremely high budget. They make millions, 10 million last month alone, just for Raid Shadow Legends. They have the money to give insane quality fantasy graphics for a game like this. Now, is it better than a lot of MMOs and PC games? No, but it's also a mobile game at the end of the day. So this game is different. It's a little bit more cartoony to some people. It just has a different style. But I don't mind that. At the end of the day, once like I said, 5 minutes, I kind of got over it. And I really started to appreciate the things that this game has to offer, quality of life wise. I'm going to talk about first. So all right, we're on the heroes screen, right? So let's see. So you can exclusive up and add extra skills to your heroes, by using duplicates of them or things called dragon eyes. So that's something that's pretty cool here. I like the way they do that with your dupes. It's a really nice dupe system that doesn't just make them a little bit better, it actually changes them and adds skills to them. There's also a skill, let's see, equipment. You have 2 sets of equipment, if you wish, one for PvP, one for PvE, or whatever that may be. I love that as well. And that's a really nice feature. Plus, we can just change out gear for no charge. Also, when it comes to upgrading gear, let's see, I'm on a character that's all 16. That's probably not the best example. When it comes to upgrading gear, it just goes, you see exactly how much each level is going to cost. It's transparent. There's no RNG of one piece taking 100,000 and one piece taking 4 million. It just always takes a lot. The gold, the coin in this game, it is kind of expensive to level gear. Feels very familiar to Raid Shadow Legends, right? But there's so much I love. There's different attributes in this game that really let you customize teams in a different way. So effect hit is like accuracy, but there's this thing called mastery for all damage over time debuffs that actually improves your damage of those debuffs. So imagine for Raid, this is the same. You could make your poisons do more damage based on your gear. your stats, your emblems, your whatever, your auras, which we'll talk about. Like, I love the fact that you can customize like everything about doing your damage, about landing your debuffs, about healing. There's even healing effect on substats. So if you have a healer that does whatever, there's healing effect actually added as a substat. So you can stack a bunch of healing effect on someone who's a healer and make them even better healer. So it's not only about their skills. I think that's really cool too. And also when it comes to this, because of mastery, because of the way everything scales from attack, scales from whatever, like, and by the way, everything is very transparent. So here it is, description, boom, done. Because of the way that things scale, you can use poison explosion, poison comps. HP burn is king in this game. In arena, and that's the best stuff for arena. It's like, instead of just a basic sheer damage nuker, doing a poison team in arena is one of the best options. Having the strong HP burn champions in arena is one of the best options. It's super cool to give more flexibility in playing around with teams and not just damage, ignore defense, okay, cool. Strip debuffs, that's what we need to, sure. Maybe some crowd control like stunning. But being able to use like damage over time type debuffs is just a really interesting thing about this game that I really think is quite interesting. Words are hard. I also love here that you can actually have 2 sets of masteries. Something again that as a Raid Shadow Legends player, we've really wanted to have a second set of masteries. So we don't have to build 2 Valkyries. Give me 1 Valkyrie that I can use for arena and for Hydra. Completely different masteries, completely different builds. Let me do that without having to make 2 of them, right? Like, it's so dumb. This is amazing quality of life here. You can reset the masteries for free like you can in Raid, and then reset them for more with a little bit extra diamonds after too. So that's just something else I really love about this as well. I also love, this is a feature that they've kind of paused on right now because they had some staff changes, so they've been a little bit messy, but there's also very content creator friendly in the sense of, well, this is the official video, go figure, but they actually insert people, oh no, here we go. Content creators' videos are inserted into the game, literally. That's such a cool feature. I really hope they bring that back soon. Anyone, you don't have to be in the program, anyone can upload a video through a system here, well, used to be able to, and add it, and then it gets approved and added to things, and you can put it with a category like Hero Spotlight or Patch Notes or whatever the category may be. Super freaking cool. Also, let's see. I guess I could show the auras. So this is another really cool thing. So auras. We're used to these in gacha games. A lot of them have it. But you get to choose your aura. So, for example, like obviously this guy's a healer. You want to be a better healer. But look at Recovery Horn Aura restores all allies' HP. You could put that on a healer, of course, right? Make them even heal even more. Or you could put it on a hero that has no healing skill and make them a healer. What? Like, that's insane. Some of these auras just can completely change the way that you would use a character, a hero. And look at this, Arena Dominator Speed Aura. Speed, look at this crazy speed. This effect is doubled in Arena. So they know what's up. Instead of just trying to mitigate things, they're like, you go right ahead and you make a speed team. It's kind of fun as well. I really, really like the way that they do that, actually. I think that's pretty cool, right? In this game, though, one thing I'd say that I don't like is the fact that rares and uncommons and commons have a max level that they can only be leveled up to. You can't awaken a hero here that are rare, uncommon, or sorry, elite, uncommon, or common. So, right, elite, rare, or common. Like you can at these, there's a cap. So obviously there is very much a like, legend heroes have higher base stats than epic heroes still, but most of the epic heroes are pretty good. But But yeah, awakening in this game. Wait, nope, let's not do that. Let me take a look at someone who I need to continue awakening. So awakening in this game is one of the issues. There is a food issue, but they have addressed that they have plans for it. So I'm really curious to see what that's going to be. And I know they're going to be trying to be more generous. They also have another, like, they have a double dragon egg, which is like chickens, event coming where you can get 2 for the same energy costs. So you can get double your rewards for farming those dragon eggs. So you can farm dragon eggs directly. Makes it easy. But that's how you level up heroes. So this is kind of like a hero at base level, like 100, is like having a level 40 hero. And then you turn them into a level 50, then a level 60 if you want to compare to Raid Shadow Legends. It's kind of like that. Or it's like without ascending, and then ascending them as well. It's a little bit combination of that. It just adds to their base stats. That's what Awakening does. And then once you awaken them, you can add to their exclusives, but they have to be awakened first. So I like the system. I think it's pretty cool. I also like the way that they do some bonuses, like just by having heroes that are awakened, the more you have, the more you increase your overall stats on your account. That's an interesting way to do it. Foraging is insane in this game. So this is such a good gear system for the most part. Crafting with materials, okay. Okay, let's see if I can get a good feather set. Let's go. Oh, come on, don't give me a 5-star one. Ooh. I'll take it. Never mind. It has speed on it. I'll take it. But you can actually turn your bad gear into better gear. So you go farm the dungeons for some basic life gear and basic speed gear, and you can turn it into HP and speed, which is actually kind of worse because it's like 20 and 10 that turns into 10 and 10. But that's actually really... But we would have 2 pieces and 2 pieces, so it's kind of... You kind of take the hit on the HP, but go for more speed, right? Because it's like 2 set pieces in general. So I like that. I like the way they do that. So you'd have 20 speed and 20 speed versus 10 and 20. It's smart. I mean, that's just for this, for example. But I really like the way that you can combine a lot of gear and make it better. It's just super cool. But you can only do that with epics and legendaries, but at least it gives you something to do with your bad gear besides just selling it. So you sell all the lower level rarity, like the blue and the green and the white gear, and yeah. And then of course this is an idle RPG kind of. It has the auto drop feature, so you can do quick auto drop for the day and claim resources, which include fodder. And in this game, fodder is really important. That's what we're missing the most, and what this game needs improvement on the most is the food issue for building your champions. But heroes. But I love the dispatch system too. You can constantly just get random resources just by, again, this more of like an idle RPG type thing where you're just farming in the background, sort of. Speaking of farming in the background, so we have our faction wars, we have our mastery grind, we have our Tower of Mark, which adds to our stats. So like you're right, all right, I'm getting a little bit high on my Tower of Mark. Let's go to Force. Let's farm some of these in the background so I don't waste my keys. All right, let's just do a few and I'll come back to it. I can close the game right now. And by the way, when it's farming at 8 times speed. This game already has 4 times speed, but now it's farming at 8 times speed. And while I'm farming in the background, I can go do some space temples. If I had any left to do at the moment. I can go and do arena, all the arena, regular, advanced, and guild arena, which there's guild wars going on right now, which is kind of fun. We actually physically go do fights against other people's arena defenses that were set up. Simple enough, guild versus guild, right? How they pit people exactly, I don't know. But there's really good shops for rewards. As you go through events, which we all also are, they're very transparent about events, which I'll show you next. You can see you can get a really interesting hero from a shop. If you don't want the hero, you can at least get some really expensive, high-valued fodder. I could get a couple of those right now. I really love to do that, to be honest, but I'm debating pulling for this guy. Collab coming with Karzek in the future for that one. And then in this shop, speaking of which, there's Oakman, a legend hero, HP burn, the best thing you need in the game for bosses and most content. Here it is. You can get the hero from the shop, and this is by doing your advanced arena battles. So I really like that. I like this element. And then once you get him once, I think you then can start getting duplicates of him when it resets. It's going to reset every month, I believe. And yeah, you can farm here. We can look and hope to get some runes, shards, or just more fodder. Actually, we buy like all the stuff that equals food for leveling up heroes. I don't think I'm going to buy extra potions. I seem to be pretty good on those right now, but that's a really good system as well. And what I was saying about transparency, there's no questioning what event is coming. There's no questioning that. It's here. We know everything for the next week, always. So it's always here. Even on, so we have the summoning events are on Fridays, always. Always, it's consistent. But they change. So then when Saturday hits, you can see what's coming next Friday, even though you're still in the middle of your current event. So you can wait to pull on Friday and pull on Saturday instead, and then you'll be able to know if it's worth waiting for or not. Double dragon egg drops, boom, they're telling us that's happening. No surprises, no, oh, I wish I didn't farm a ton of dragon eggs yesterday and waste all my energy when it's double drops coming. There's no surprises. Everything is very transparent. And speaking of transparency, I want to talk about their Discord. So I'm not going to worry about going into that right now, but I'm not going to open it up, but their official Discord, they let us know things, especially as content creators, and some things are like, we're allowed to announce this. Some things they just say out to the general public, like December 30th is our next double legend event for hero events. Double legend event. There's so much fun. You get 2 for 1, literally what it sounds like. Very similar to the 1+1 event in Raid. But it is what it is, right? They just tell you when it's coming, and they told us that ahead of time. They didn't have to do that. We could have waited to find out until it was 1 week away, and everyone would have been waiting and wondering. They were doing them once a month, but they actually told us a couple weeks ago that wouldn't be for a while. So I think it's more like a month and a half, 2 months for this next double legend event. They were transparent about that. They told us, like, don't worry guys, it's not for a while, so go ahead if you want to pull or you want to wait to save. Doesn't matter. You can make that decision, but at least you know ahead of time when the next double legend event is gonna be. And that, I think, is amazing. There's also been multiple times that they've done changes to the game where they had bad backlash, and they adjust. And they're constantly adjusting. They have dev feedback where they kind of answer a lot of the tough questions that people have been asking. And they're pretty transparent about things, and that's what I like so far. It's been a little bit messy with some CC related stuff and the CC program and payments for what is cash owed to some people. That's gotten a little messy, so that's been a negative, but they also had one of their staff members leave, so I think it's been a little bit wonky ever since then, and hopefully that all comes together. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm just really enjoying it. The summons are similar to most gacha games. We got our shards to pull. And our guarantees are very transparent. You get, excellent wishes are once every 150 shards after you've done your first 300. But in the first 300, you're guaranteed 3 legend heroes. Supremes are every 10, I think it is. Not too bad. And you can actually, from the mystery, refined wishes, you can get even epic heroes, not just the blue elites. So I love that as well. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I just wanted to take a moment to tell you guys the things that I'm really enjoying about Infinite Magicraid and why I'm choosing to just have this game be a major focus for me right now, along with Eternal Evolution on the other channel. This is going to be the game I post all my content on for this. I have no idea if I'm going to go back to play Raid Shadow Legends in the future. I have no idea. It depends on how I feel. But for now, hope you guys will, if you're deciding to check out another game, or if you're starting to play this already, play some Infinite Magicraid with me. It's fun. It's a good side game, or it's a good main game. You can grind the shit out of it all day long if you want to. I obsessively grinded for the first 24 hours when I first re-rolled, and you can re-roll good in this game. I re-rolled accidentally, I was joking, and got Melia, and I had her 5-star in 24 hours. I was grinding like a mofo. I had so much fun with it. So right now, this is my fun, this is my excitement, and I hope you guys still hang out with me here on this channel, and look forward to more Infinite Magicraid coming to this channel in the future. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.